They did. And of course, they started going through it. And
Mom sees her JCPenney's card.
yes, oh, okay, exactly. So for the wallet, so they just dumped things out and started going through things. The officer actually, when the stuff were being dumped out, left. She wasn't even in the house when the items were being dumped into the ground. She left and came back.
You'll have to excuse my facial expression. Well, go ahead.
Yeah. It struck me as odd, too. That's why I'm mentioning it. She did leave and come back inside, just her again. And when my mother at that point had opened up my sister's wallet, she had actually already opened up my sister's wallet because she was looking through the contents of this large wallet, saw unfolded, it had to be a minimum of $140, maybe as much as $200, just from seeing the number of bills, straight $20 bills that were taken out. And the reason why I know the officer wasn't in there is because my mom grabbed the money and goes and put it in her pocket, and no one else was in there.
Back from the girl.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And I think may even have made a comment to that extent.
Right. But, like it's probably mine anyway.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So as the officer comes back inside the house, when my mother already has the wallet open and is continuing to go through the wallet, that's when my mother's showing the officer, look, this is my JCPenney card that she took from me. Look, this is another card that she took from me. But as my mother went to take out my sister's identification from that little sleeved, that clear sleeve that you can see through, immediately the officer's hand went in there and grabbed something that was behind that ID. It looked to me white, like the old style driver's license or learner's permit or something like that. That's what I assumed, but it struck me and I noticed it because of how quickly the officer went in and grabbed that. I couldn't tell you for sure what that was.
You said there was other IDs in there too, maybe? Because when you were rattling off the list.
Oh, I was just saying that there's a driver's license and probably this other ID
like
of hers.
An ID card or something, maybe.
Right. I'm assuming that that's what was snatched from that the officer grabbed. But again, I can only attest. So I saw one driver's license that looks a lot like the newer versions, like mine that has all those holograms and stuff on it. Aside from whatever that other more predominantly white, I'm just calling it an ID because it was shaped as one, and that's my best guess on what it would have been. But I did not see any other form of identification in there whatsoever.
I tell you, while we're here, then I'm gonna that whole conversation I had listed as note number 8. The reason I'm doing this is for my transcript review later. I'd like to jump to. You said that Amy's keys were also in there. Or a set of keys.
Just her one car key, yes.
You recognize as the key that was probably to the car that your sister was using
exactly.
in Puerto Rico.
It was a key that I had never seen before. I know all of our family's car keys, so it just was easy for me to figure out that had to be Amy's car key.
And you called Amy and destroyed that key.
The next day she reached out to me and said, "Hey, my key is probably on her key ring somewhere," and I said, I'm one step ahead of you. I already got it. Consider it taken care of. So.
All right, item number 9. I want to skip to item number 9 then because it's linked here. We were talking about money issues and the fact your sister said she took some money from your mom. Mm-hmm. You had discussed that she in the past had taken checks from you, checks from a friend named Ryan.
Yes.
That lives in Jacksonville. Mm-hmm. Ryan's number is 407-423-8191. Mm-hmm. Best friend during school.
Absolutely.
Met through you, but best friend of your sister. Mom and Amy were other people she took money from. Mm-hmm. I'm getting to this sheet that you allowed us to make a photocopy of, handwritten sheet. There's 22 date entries on this handwritten sheet. You say that in your sister's property, chronologically ordered by date, redundancy, there was 22 receipts showing some form of transaction, use of a credit card or things of that nature, correct?
Well, I can't tell you the exact number of these receipts.
I just counted them, was all. I'm just
exactly. Well, no. But I want to make sure that we're on the same page. That these receipts were very organized. However, once we offered and then gave these receipts to the attorney after we'd already offered them to Orange County detectives. I can only attest, I just saw these receipts yesterday. I saw them that night when they were being taken out of the bag, but I had not gone through and cataloged them like I did now. So if we are missing,
allowed you to look at those
yes. So if I am missing a receipt,
could be more.
That's what I'm getting at.
So there could have been more receipts.
That's exactly what I'm getting at. And it just seems odd that if she was saving these receipts, and I have from the 28th to the 15th, and if there was indeed another JCPenney transaction on the 27th, why isn't that receipt in there? Did that one get lost? Was that one never saved? It just, if you're saving the receipts, why not save them all? It seems out of the order.
He allowed you to review those
yes.
on 07/28/08.
Yes.
In his office?
Yes.
And these are just the ones you looked at?
Mm-hmm. That is every receipt that was provided to me.
Now, I've shown you where our economics unit's working up, doing me a favor and working up transactions and visits and things of that nature. And you can see that we're already kind of on board with the same
yes.
information. That would have been nice to have those receipts. The attorney currently has them.
Yes, he does.
And you can't remember when you took them and gave them to the attorney, but it was sometime.
I want to say it had to be this past Monday, not yesterday, the week prior. It had to be around that time.
Like the 21st?
Yeah, within a day or two, one way or the other. And we had offered it up to first to the officers on that. At this point, we're early morning into the 16th. We offered it to him at that time. We offered it to him again the evening of the 16th and again on the evening of the 17th. I was present for every time when that was offered to them.
Okay. Do me a favor, brother. Can I see that original that you have?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to mess up your note sheet. So
That's okay.
you make another copy of that. I'm going to have him sign that. Being I've already
Yeah,
scribbled on this
absolutely.
one. Thank you, sir. And they were organized in order starting from June 28th
Approximately the 28th,
to
yeah.
the 15th of July.
Mm-hmm.
Was your recollection?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go back to number one.
Okay.
And then we'll get... Number one, I asked when you first sat in here. You had told me basically during the course of your investigation, and we're just going to call it that because
Sure.
That's what it is. 3 guys really in play. Tell me about those 3 people.
Sure, absolutely.
Just by name.
Sure. I'd say that would be Ricardo Morales, Jesse Grund, and Tony. I know him as Tony, but I believe it's Anthony Lazaro.
Okay, and you say that she had just about the time frame that she started going missing is when she was transitioning from her relationship with Ricardo to Tony?
Well, what I can say is that her transition with her relationship with Ricardo, and again, they were still kind of on and off at that point. They're more...
Just sign and date that for me, please. And that's the handwritten date is 7/29?
Yes.
I'll sign it as well.
Perfect. Tony and... Ricardo and Casey had been seeing each other from February until sometime in the month of April on kind of a full-time basis. They decided to break it off, see what they can do as friends, but they were still having, a relationship, kind of on a semi-serious level up until Casey started hanging out with Tony, and actually even through the initial part of hanging out with Tony. And so it was in that time that she kind of transitioned starting that transition from Ricardo to Tony.
She kind of seems like she may swing from boyfriend to boyfriend to keep a comfort.
Sure.
Thing.
Absolutely.
Is that how you look back at her past?
Absolutely. That's
okay.
very accurate. But also to...